Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them today at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there.
Joining Mr. Todd Knowles at his new apartment/home, apparently, with the POA. Todd, how you doing, brother?
Doing great, Dennis. Doing great. How you doing?
Well, I'm better. I get to sleep on this thing. It's called a bed. It was wonderful. You should look into it.
There've been times I'd like to have one here in the last couple of weeks instead of a cot, but hey, it all works out.
I just got through talking to that Mr. Unger guy, and he said you had the nerve to text him at 4:30 in the morning that y'all had cut down about 330 trees off the road already.
Well, we started
on vacation. I leave on vacation for 1 week, and y'all got to cut the trees down.
Dennis, you don't ever need to leave the village again. Every time you leave, there's a disaster happens here. So it's kind of a pattern. But no,
I'm holding the place together, Todd. I'm holding the place together.
We did about 4:00 in the morning. We had a call that we had a bunch of trees down, and several of these roads out here, especially along Coronado, around the Coronado Lake, they didn't even look like roads. They looked like you were driving through the forest. And he's right. I called him about 4:30 in the morning to, hey Ken, man, evidently we've got a disaster here in the village. It's horrible. And then I called Matt Broom and told Matt, and so we came out here and started cutting trees about 4:15. We started cutting out of the road, and we cut 327 trees out by 9:30. Now this was a group effort between Common Property. You've got David Harper. He took over Common Property. Great guy, doing an outstanding job there. Matt Broom, Associate Public Works Director. He's he took that position, been some rearranging. And Matt, he's an excellent guy, great guy, cares deeply about the village, and he's doing a wonderful job there.
Apparently, they swing pretty good chainsaws. Apparently.
Yeah, and it was a great team effort between Rec, Public Utilities, Street Department. I called all my guys in at 4:30, and man, I'm so blessed. We got a great group of people that work here, great staff. They got on them, and they had those trees removed before most people even get out of bed.
Well, hang on.
327.
Who finds trees on the road at 4:00 in the morning? The police?
Well, the police department. They're the ones that call me, and we got out here and went to work. And the one thing about it, Dennis, I don't know for those people out there that hadn't run a chainsaw much, but growing up in the country, you 5-year-old, you run a chainsaw.
Sure.
But anyhow, you get down timber like that that's blowed over and uprooted. It's twisted up, it's tangled up, and we didn't have not one injury at all cutting those. And you got to be very careful because you can cut a half an inch or an inch into one of those that's in a bind, and many of them things kick back, they pop back, and that's how a lot of people, have gotten hurt, very serious injuries. But that's where our training. We try to have training for our guys and safety classes and how to do this safety. Make sure you get your proper PPE. And all the guys done a great job getting those trees out of the road and not one incident.
Okay, Todd, there's a reason they call some of those trees widowmakers.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's happened a bunch. I've had several friends that worked in logging woods back when I was younger that some have lost their lives to
well, and
to
you
that.
see people with these big chaps on, like a cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
And a
Yeah.
protective shield, and you're thinking, come on, why do you need, man? I tell you what, you have one of those things bounce back on you one time. Me and Saldana down on Lake Balboa had us an event. Now let me back up. That's been 6-8 years ago, and we had some high line winds. Were these just straight line winds, Todd, or what? Was there any tornadic activity or what?
I think that they come back and said it was a micro burst,
Mm.
which is, it's just kind of a strong winds and just hits here and there. And I think the golf department I think they cut 65 or 66 off the golf course, Coronado Golf Course, and several were on houses.
Yeah,
But I don't think we had any injuries during that. And
unbelievable.
the rec department. I mean, it was amazing how the team come together and it was very impressive to get that many trees off, open the roads up in that short amount of time with
Todd,
that many trees.
I don't mean to insult anybody's math, but that's 50 to 60 trees an hour, Todd.
Yeah, yeah.
In the
Yeah,
dark, till 6 o'clock,
in the
probably.
dark. Yeah, most of them were in the dark. Yeah.
Holy
And
cow! So,
like I said, I had some people that woke up. I had some people that woke up and left their house, and they're like, "Holy cow, what happened?" You got all this brush on the side of the road. What happened here? They slept right through it, and the trees were out of the road before they even left their house. So,
well, let's just call that the prelude, shall we? So,
yeah, that was the beginning.
Interviewed Ken just a minute ago, and I said, how do you make the perfect pothole? Well, let's see, you have a microburst come through. You follow that with near 0 degree temperatures and 2 or 3 inches of ice for a week. And then you have torrential rains on the other side of that. Next thing you know, anything that had an alligator in it is now a pothole, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I told somebody the other day, I took this position, technically started at January the 1st. And I told him, I said, the good Lord, he's checking me out first thing. But yeah, so that was on a Friday. We had the microburst hit. Sunday, we came out here at 11 o'clock. I got here at 11 o'clock Sunday. We had some of the street department guys come, and we began pre-treating some of our hills, Castellan Hill, Minorca Hill, some of the hills on Barcelona. We knew that we were expecting some snow and possibly some ice. We went ahead, we have 3 areas here in the village that during inclement weather, we always try to close down.
Well, and let's do the 5 mile high view real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Minorca is the roller coaster hill.
Right. We got, it's on Balearic between Coronado Drive and Rieta, the curves and the hill. And then we got Fresno Hill there at Alicante, of course, and Barcelona Road there at Tomino. So we went ahead and took our barricades out and set them on the side of the road and got ready to close the road down as soon as it hit. And we were
and a lot of people
got a little bit prepared.
A lot of people from different demographics or different areas might not know what pre-treating is, but it's not that you salt and sand, but is it magnesium or you're trying to lower the temperature at which the water freezes, right?
Right. And salt crystals, they don't like using salt anymore because of the environment, really. But it only melts ice up to 15 degrees below zero on the roads. Yeah.
So down to,
you have to
say 15.
Yeah, 15 degrees, and then you have to use a magnesium chloride crystal. It looks like rock salt, except it's kind of light blue. It's got the chemical in it that when it gets wet, of course, it goes to melting and it melts the ice with it. So we use that magnesium chloride crystal. It melts up to 15 below zero.
Really?
Yeah, but the problem we were facing, when it melts it, then you have the 5 degrees of a night, and of course, what's melted turns to ice. And the snow that we got was fluffy to begin with, and we were able to plow. We of course, when something like that hits, we want to try to get our main roads open first. That's our main priority. And so we started plowing, and it plowed good. But then, as traffic got on it, it packed down into ice, and your plow would just scoop up over the top of it. So then we had to go to sanding and salting, the roads, and especially the hills and stuff. But we were able to get our main roads cleared, relatively quickly.
Sure.
With what we had. We got 2 trucks with sanders on them and 3 with plows. And then, the Thursday morning, then had the roads cleared. Then Thursday morning, we got the freezing drizzle. We had wrecks on DeSoto. It's backed up again. A bunch of our time, we were trying to get some residential areas, to get to where people could possibly get out. We were receiving calls wanting us to come plow their streets and sand their streets, and we really wanted to, but we spent a bunch of our time assisting emergency vehicles, people trying to get out, and they would get hung up on hills. The wreckers would go to get them, and then they would get hung up, and then the police were there, and they wanted to shut the roads off, sand the hills to where they could get out, and so we stayed pretty busy doing that, but. I got here at 11 o'clock. I got here at 11 o'clock Sunday, and I went home Wednesday evening at 5 o'clock, and I stayed there till about midnight, and I come back in. So,
and I was joking when I said your apartment, but you do have a cot there, right?
I did. I brought a portable cot with me. Of course, they ain't a whole lot of, if you lay down to take your little nap, it's probably 35 minutes to an hour at a time. But, we had food here for the night crew that worked for the night. The guys worked 24 hours a day. We had guys working 2 12-hour shifts. And I'm telling you, when I say work, Dennis, I mean, they worked. And we had food here in the refrigerator here in the office for them that they could put in the microwave, eat them a snack, get them a little bit of rest. Because if you plow snow, especially of a night, you're spending hours and hours and hours, and all you see is white. I mean, that's all you see is white. And so you need to, stop, take you a little break, get you something to eat, and then get back at it again. And it was so cold that the sand was any moisture in the sand at all was freezing up. Had to stop in the middle of the night, take shovel handles and beat the sand down through the grates. And I tell you, to be honest with you, Dennis, words can't describe how proud I am of the guys in the street department, what they done during this time and how hard they worked. I mean, these people out here are just extremely blessed to have guys that work that hard and that dedicated to make sure that they can get out safely and try to get the roads open back up. And the leadership, hey, the communication between the police, fire, our administration, my superiors, Kelly, Ken, and Matt Broom. There's a communication, a group text. They stayed communicated. They were up late. They were up early. How's the roads? How's things going? It was just, it was probably about the best I've ever seen. It really was.
And I tell you, and I tell you what, when it's 3 a.m., you're salting the roads. It's pitch dark. There's nobody else out. Your sand is locked up, froze up. You got to take the shovel handle and break the sand loose so you can sand the road and maybe get some traction. That doesn't sound very glamorous. I don't think people are standing around clapping and applauding you before you go back and fall on your cot for another 45 minutes.
It's not, but we were able to get it, and we withstood the, everything that got thrown at us, and I think that everything went great. The communication to the public was great. the biggest thing was just, stay in, be patient, and we actually, Dennis, by the end of the week, we actually were able to pick up some tracks,
Which is
you know.
remarkable. And people were like, "Where's my
Yeah,
trash? Where's my trash?" I'm like, "You don't understand. There are people on Macero that can't get out and still can't get out, and you're
that's
screaming
right.
about your trash."
And
And
people,
go ahead.
I've seen it. They say, well, we got 3 inches of snow and it shut us down for a week. Well, it was. I've lived here my whole life, so I know this weather.
Yeah,
And the 3 inches of snow, yeah, it doesn't sound much, but the thing that was different than what I can ever remember in the past is just so many days of just so low temperatures. It was so cold for so long. And
yeah.
any little thing that melted turned to ice. You packed it to ice. There was not any hardly refreezing until Thursday. And
One of
started refreezing. Man, we could hit. And, most of our time was spent after we got the main roads cleared. Most of our time was spent assisting emergency vehicles.
one
We
of the
had police
meteorologists.
radios.
Yeah, okay. One of the meteorologists noted that from the time that it started snowing to the time that it was above 32 degrees was 110 hours, which that
Yeah.
just doesn't happen in Arkansas. For those of you that are watching and listening, and I apologize, Todd, your audio is breaking up just a little because I think we're having internet issues, but we're good. But I was going to say for those that don't know, typically, Todd, we may get 2 or 3 inches and it's gone in 24 to 36 hours. I mean, about
Oh
the time
yeah.
you
It's
guys are
fairly easy
good
to
and
work.
get, yeah, you guys are getting it good and cleaned up on the roads. Well, it's above 32. Issue's over, right? Not this time.
Yeah. And so, but we made it through. We made it through it. The sanitation is getting picked up. We started a day late this week because of, they were calling for freezing rain and sleet Monday morning. So, the transfer station, they said, well, if it ices that morning, we're closing. So we thought, well, we don't want to have these sanitation trucks out here running in ice. So we went ahead and run this week like a holiday week, and everybody was a day behind. But today is the last day of this week, so we should have everybody caught up after today and get back to regular hours next week,
Yeah,
or
just the
regular
regular 40
days.
hours during the week, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so, but now, as you know, we're dealing with potholes after the refreeze or after
Do
it's
tell. Do
frozen
tell.
for so long and it thaws. Then you've got potholes now. So we're concentrating on DeSoto. We're going to start hitting Balearic and Barcelona. We got on them very quickly. The guys were actually working in the rain to try to get these potholes fixed, and they've been working extremely hard. I think that as of yesterday evening, they had patched 215 potholes. With
215.
215, we went and got 14 ton of cold mix asphalt from Cranford's yesterday morning at 6 o'clock, and so we've started using that now, and we'll get them caught up as quick as we can. The problem about some of this is you patch the pothole and then it goes to breaking up around the pothole. So then you've got another pothole beside the one you patched. So, but we're going to stay on it. They're going to keep breaking up for probably about another week. And if people will just be a little bit patient with us, I promise you, we're working as hard as we can and quickly and safely as we can to try to get all of them patched. And this too will be taken care of quickly. So,
Tell you what,
uh,
Todd, I'm gonna make an open offer on your behalf. Okay. That everybody, the other people who want to complain about getting their trash picked up or getting the potholes fixed or anything, we're going to put another cot at your office with you, and they can come and stay and sleep overnight in your office, and they can
yeah,
help too. How about that?
there you go. Keep me company. But yeah, the guys are though. They're working as hard as they can and as quick as they can to get these potholes filled up and get them fixed. And like I said, it's been a trying time the last couple of weeks, but we got great leadership. We got hard workers and
Yeah.
passionate. They're passionate about the village, passionate about their jobs, and it shows in their work. And we're just extremely blessed to have those guys here
Todd, I don't know if I, and we've
and
got to wrap
girls.
up this. Yeah, and girls. I don't know if we got to wrap up.
Yeah.
I've got to wrap up this episode, but I don't know if I've shared this story with you before. It's one of my favorites. Three guys are outside laying bricks on a building site. I asked the first guy, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm laying these stinking bricks for $15 an hour." Then if you've laid bricks, Todd, you know it's hard work. It's hard work.
Oh
I
yeah,
bet you've done it.
extremely.
Yeah. That's the second guy. "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm trying to blaze it and make this line as straight as I can." That's the third guy. "What are you doing?" He said, with a little tear in his eye, he said, "I'm making a library for my grandchildren." That's the kind of devotion and dedication
Yeah, yeah,
that the people in the POA are. I'm impressed. I
yeah.
am seriously impressed, Todd.
Well, I appreciate that. I've had lots of people tell me that they were, thanking us and just really showing their appreciation for all that we've done and how we've handled it and as quickly as we've gotten to it. But I tell you, Dennis, from the top to the bottom, uh, it was a remarkable job by everybody, a group effort, and I'm just extremely grateful I could be a part of it.
Well, I tell you what, we should be thankful to the dear Lord. Number one, nobody got killed and nobody even got hurt.
Right.
This is the kind of thing, there's no safety net, Todd. I mean,
There's
your
not.
wits are what keep you from being in the ditch with somebody else, right?
That's right. The thing about it is when the vehicles can't go somewhere and the wreckers that go to get them can't go there. People go in to rescue them can't get there. We're expected to get there and get it sanded for them and get traction to where they can get some vehicles and stuff out. And the guy's done a great job of that and doing it safely. And that's just one thing about our safety guy, our HR director. He preaches safety. We have safety training every week about different things, and that's a big thing that we have is safety, and it pays off in situations like that.
Well, you don't know when it's going to pay off. It's like Greg Kirksey, one of the pastors at Rock Creek, said he was a friend who had a building code enforcer. And he said, building to code seems stupid until the tornado comes through.
That's right. That's right.
Then it seemed like a real good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it paid off. And like I said, there was, wasn't anybody got hurt. Everybody was safe and we finally got this stuff out of here. And now we get these potholes patched that maybe we can go back to normal or as normal
to
as
60-degree weather like it is today.
Oh, I hope so, man. It's just beautiful today. I love this.
I do too. Todd, thanks for joining us. We'll be even next time, okay?
Thank you, Dennis. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.